One, two, three, let's go. Hey, welcome back to the show, Everything Under the Sun, where we talk about, you guessed it, everything under the sun. Congratulations on surviving another week of MCO.
Happy
We're
July.
Mm-hmm.
It's the 1st
happy
of July.
July. Wait, is
Yeah.
it? Really?
It is,
Yeah, bro.
man. Not when we're
It's the
recording.
1st of July.
Oh yeah,
But like
yeah,
it's
no,
a
we're
already.
recording.
First of
But when
July.
this,
Yeah, it's the
when
first
this
of July.
comes up, yeah,
Yeah.
Yep.
It's like,
yeah,
where's the year gone, man? Half a year.
it
Half year's
has
gone.
gone home
Just,
because I've spent the most of the year at home again. Dude, this
How's
this year
you?
just turned into like a repetition of last year, you know, which kind of
definitely
sucks.
lah.
It's not really repetition. It's like a worse.
Yeah, like
A worse. It's like 2020 V2.
it's like 2020.
Legit, bro. No,
It's
no
like
kidding.
2020 back with a vengeance, you know.
Yeah.
It's like COVID just said, hey, you know, you thought 300 cases a day last year was bad. Now, at
Yeah.
1-0 behind that number,
Dude,
you know.
I remember last year, like, during the first MCO, like, we had, like, what, 20 or 50 cases. Then the government just, like, shut the whole country down. And now
Yeah,
it's, like,
man.
5,000.
That time
And
we
just
had
hear,
like
yeah.
yeah, that time we had like 10, like double digits only, you know.
Yeah.
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 And now we're, like, 5,000
Double
cases.
digit.
And we're, like,
Everyone panic.
can the government open the country up again, please? You know?
Yeah, but it's
What
it
to
is
do
what
lah?
it
Cannot
is
do
lah.
anything.
It is
Yeah,
what
it is. It is what it is.
Yeah,
Mm.
I mean, all we can do is just stay home, get vaccinated, and hope for the best. Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
sadness
But
and
anyways,
sorrows, man.
New week, new episode. We're back again with
A
an
banger.
episode with a.
With a
Wow, you're so self
Banger.
Yeah, but yeah, we're back with a hopefully a banger. And I have I have a feeling. Whoa, okay, that was thunder. But I have a feeling
Yeah.
that this episode is gonna be a good one. You know,
Yeah.
I think it's gonna be a good one. It's gonna be a juicy one.
juicy.
Juicy.
What are we talking about today?
Why?
Mm-hmm. So today we are gonna talk about cancel culture.
Something very close to your heart. I assume.
So no lah.
Yeah, yeah.
Why?
Something that I think lah, it has been happening,
Yeah.
but not many people are not many people are aware of it.
It's been
Or
it's
like-
been popping up recently, like
Yeah.
everywhere, dude. Like all the
Mm.
pages that I follow on Instagram, like it can be news related, it can be fashion related, right?
Right.
And they always find some
Yeah.
way to like cancel somebody, you know?
I feel like especially during this MCO season, I feel like a lot of people are on edge a bit, and like
Yeah, dude.
they start doing like dumb
Yeah.
shit, right? And then they post it on the internet for some reason, and then because of that they get like axed, you know. Freaking
I
cancelled.
I don't know how I feel about it, honestly. What? Okay, so let's talk about cancel culture and how
Mm.
how do you feel about cancel culture? Like when you see a post that cancels, like maybe a celebrity or someone for doing something, like what's the first thing that comes to your mind?
I'll be like, I'll be curious lah. First of all, I'm pretty sure everyone will
Yep.
Yeah.
will be curious. But I'll definitely like find out more like what happened. But it only interests me if like I'm interested in that celebrity or like
Or in the news, lah,
person.
right?
Yeah.
Or in the news that
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
related to, lah.
like if I see like let's say some okay, let's name a celebrity.
Ed Sheeran. Dude,
Okay.
With
Ed
his
Sheeran.
new music
Sheeran,
video.
Did you see?
Oh,
did
no.
you see his?
Oh no. Let's not get there. Let's not.
You know,
Okay.
you know
He's-
TikTok.
he's a changed
you know
man.
TikTok has been like canceling Ed Sheeran. Oh no,
Ah, for real
Not
ah?
really canceling him lah. They've
Oh
been
my
like
goodness.
like making fun of
Trolling
Ed Sheeran
him.
because he's
Yeah.
boring and he's like the singer songwriter guy with the guitar, and then like
Oh,
because he
out of
doesn't
nowhere.
reinvent himself lah, and then like
Yeah.
he comes up with vampire teeth and all, and then like there's this meme on Twitter that is like, oh, y'all TikTok kids keep keep telling Ed Sheeran to reinvent himself. This is what he did, like y'all
Are you happy
forced
now?
his hand or something.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, but if it let's say Ed
Mm.
Sheeran, I don't really, not say I don't really like, but it doesn't interest me that much compared to like gaming,
Yeah.
gaming stuff, that kind of thing. So yeah, if it if it's one of my interests, then I'll probably look into it, lah. But if it's not,
So if
then
Ninja got cancelled, then you would be more interested in that, lah.
yeah, I'll be like,
Oh, what do
oh
you
shit,
do?
what's going on?
Who's Ninja?
What did he do this
What
time?
do you do this time? Yeah.
Who's Ninja,
Yeah,
if I
man.
may ask?
Who's Ninja? Wait. Did Eddie ask who's Ninja?
Yeah.
Oh. Eddie,
my
you know
God.
what? At this point,
Oh my
just
God.
At this
Goo-
point,
just,
I'm gonna
just
get
Google
cancelled, right?
stuff. Yeah. Or just get Twitter. You know, that's
I'm
where
trying, man.
that's where
I'm trying.
everyone gets their fill of the news. Yeah, but how about you, Eddie? What do you think when you think of cancel culture, or when you come across cancel culture?
Uh, I don't know. I feel like I am not really a very. I don't really have such a strong personality in the sense where I see someone that I don't like what that someone is doing, I'll just straight away like cancel the fella, right? I don't really get the whole thing about cancel culture is because like it's so like absolute in the sense, right? Like the fella just screw up and suddenly his whole life is like gone. Do you guys feel that? Like I feel
Yeah,
like
yeah,
Mm-mm.
yeah.
like when you get cancelled, it's just like legit. Yeah, your whole life is gone, already, you know, and people are not willing to let you, fan sang, you know,
Like
like
redeem
fan
yourself, lah. In a way.
redeem yourself exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I most of the time, 90% of the time, when I look at news regarding people being cancelled, I'm just like, why? Like even after knowing what the person did, sometimes it's pretty dumb lah. But I'm still like, oh, does it warrant such a big response?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I think.
But I'm not condoning any like violence or any like stuff here. You know, it's just like
Yeah,
sometimes
yeah.
does it really warrant such a big response?
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
Mm.
Yeah, I think for me, most of the time, I just feel like it's very unasked for, like very uncalled for.
Mm.
You know, it's like the fella could be minding his own business one day, and then the next day, you know, 5 years ago or like 10 years ago, one tweet pops up of
Dude,
him
exactly.
tweeting
Yeah, yeah.
some random thing. I think
Yeah,
you
yeah,
know
yeah.
who I'm talking about, right? But then
Yeah, yeah,
like
correct.
you know, then he loses his job, he loses like everything that he has going for him, you know.
Mm.
And I feel like that's the part of it that I don't understand. You know, like
Mm.
why go to such extremes just to
Mm.
ruin someone's life? You know, I mean,
Mm.
okay, sure. If it's in the case of whatever happened in America with the cops and everything, with all the Black Lives Movement and all that, right?
Mm.
That one I understand. Like you
Yeah.
canceling the cops, that's okay. That's fair. But because like
Yeah.
they literally took another life, you know. But
Yeah,
for
yeah,
other
yeah.
things
Mhm.
that don't really are not really of that level of severity, I feel like it's very uncalled for, you know.
But then again, I feel like other people will argue that the like severity is subjective in a sense, right? It's sort of like
Yeah.
you can't really like say like okay, you can do it for the cops in the matters of racism, but then in other aspects you don't really sort of feel the same way, then you just don't do it. But I feel like that's the main argument that a lot of people is having lah,
Yeah.
in the
yeah.
sense. You know what I'm trying to say? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't know. Is it bad for me to think that sometimes canceling culture is good?
Oh, okay. That's a interesting take.
Interesting
Yeah,
point.
Yeah, cause I see it like if you cancel someone
Mm.
or you cancel something,
Right.
then I will need to know why. And if I know that the reason is irrelevant,
Mm.
then of course I'll come to you and say, bro, there's no point of canceling that person or that thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right? But if I know and I have the knowledge that someone did something
Mm.
real bad
Mm.
Mm.
and yeah, and people cancel them for that, then I'll stand for the people or even the group of people that canceled that one person or two person, that kind of
So
thing.
you're saying if they deserved it, then it's okay lah, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I feel like
Yeah.
context is very important lah.
Yeah.
Right? Context is
Yeah.
definitely very
Mm.
important. And
Mm.
but yeah lah, like cause I've been seeing a lot of like people digging up like celebrities' old tweets and everything.
Yeah.
Like something like what Isaac mentioned, like
Mm.
things that they could have said like 10, 15 years ago, right?
Yeah.
And then
yeah.
suddenly, because they're doing well, then people just like dig
That's
back. Like,
the
I don't know.
that's the one that I that's the one that okay, just to
Yeah, yeah,
clarify what I said earlier,
yeah,
right? I think this is the one that I don't really get, you know. It's just like
yeah, yeah,
gossip, you know? Yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
It's sort of like I don't get who has the time to dig up and scroll through like 10 years worth of tweets, right? Just to find
Yeah.
out that one thing that okay, I'm not justifying for what the person has said because definitely what they said is wrong lah and it's not right. But do you really have to go to such an extent to sort of like
Why go to
expose
such
like
lengths?
yeah?
You
I
know?
feel
Don't
I
you
feel a lot
have
of people
Mm.
like
don't you
just
have
like
better
do it
things to
right.
do in life?
Yeah, they just do these kind of things to expose a person and then in the name of like wokeness or something, you know, like
In the
have to like
yeah, yeah.
yeah.
I feel like
I don't know how else to say it. It's just like yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I
But
get you,
okay,
I get
then that begs the question, right? Since we talk about it, and I mean since we've said that okay, we need context and all. Do you think it's good or bad, like as a whole? You know, like what? Like let's weigh out the pros and cons here. Like, do you think cancel
Mm.
culture is good, is bad? What do you think?
I personally I think it's bad.
Okay,
Um,
but you were just
because wait, I can
why you
explain. I
jump
can explain.
shipping?
Okay, okay. Let the man
So
speak.
the reason why I think it's bad is because um number one, you really affect the person's mentality lah,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
Mm,
And you really like degrade the person. You go to like certain lengths to even like say that they're stupid lah,
yeah.
right? And if you were to put yourself into their shoes, it would be a different thing because now you are the one being
Cancel.
right.
being insulted, being cancelled, um lah, just being like
Oof.
being snapped out of existence kind of
Yeah.
thing.
Mm,
But the reason why I said it's good is because some people really don't learn and they are just so
Ignorant.
ignorant and oblivious to like uh what their actions are actually like
mm,
doing lah in
Yeah,
a way.
yeah.
Um yeah, so but then it comes again like um how much you empathize for the person lah. Like
mm,
if you can still call that person your friend, um and then you might want to reconsider canceling that person to a certain extent. Like it's not really necessary to cancel someone. All you need to do is just um text or call them and say, I need to talk to you because I don't think like
what you say is right.
you doing this is right. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Wait.
this is
I
But
in the context of friendships, lah, right? Okay.
friendships.
I got a question, right? And I just want to ask it to you all. Do you all think that there's a difference between calling someone out and canceling someone? Because I feel like there's a big difference. But honestly,
Yeah.
the lines are very blurred at this point.
Yeah.
And a lot of people
Mm.
like sort of lump these two together, that kind of thing. Like
Yeah.
they call one person
Yeah.
out and like by doing that they think
cancel,
they
yeah.
think that they are meant to cancel them or something like that. What do you guys think about?
I think that
about that.
happens a lot in like YouTuber drama, right? I don't know if you all, are on that platform a lot, but as for me, right, like, like there are a lot of like prominent YouTubers that got this
Yeah,
kind
like
of
us.
treatment, lah. Like, oh,
We are
okay.
prominent YouTubers, but we are good YouTubers, so no drama.
Okay,
Anyways,
yeah, but
smash that subscribe button.
yeah, I mean like, what was the question again?
Oh, okay.
Do you think
There's a difference between
canceling culture? Yeah, difference between canceling culture.
Oh, what's the difference? Where the lines drawn,
and
right?
calling
Okay,
someone
okay.
out?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think for
And calling
me,
someone out.
I think let's say going back to Adrian's example, right? Like if it's for a friend, right?
Yeah.
Like a way to not cancel somebody in your way. I mean, while you are trying to call him out, is just text the fella directly, or just call the fella up. You don't have to tweet about it. You don't have to like, make a Instagram story about it. You don't have to shout. You don't have to shout about it. Is what I'm saying. You don't have to get
Yep.
people onto the same message that you're promoting. You know what I mean? Because when you get people on to bandwagon of your sentiment, then that I feel
Mm.
becomes it just snowballs lah. You know, one
Yeah.
thing leads to another. Like you may find this fault with him, then another person may be like, oh okay, you know, I find this other fault with him, and then it just snowballs and snowballs until it becomes
Yeah,
a big
Mm.
ass
like
snowball
that's
that
why
goes on the mountain.
it has
Yeah,
become like a culture already, lah, right? This kind of thing. Like often something that is
yeah,
so
Yeah.
small and that is oftentimes just personal between two people gets like what you say, lor?
blown out of
The snowball
proportion.
effect. Yeah, out of
Yeah,
proportion. And
yeah,
now everyone's involved,
Mm.
right?
yeah,
And
man.
Yeah.
the whole internet has their own thing to say about the whole matter, lah.
I think now more than ever, right? Because of
Mhm.
the state of things that we're in, like
Mm.
especially in Malaysia, because we're all at home, we're all cooped up, we all, you know, we just want to go out, we just want to
Mm.
like have some freedom, right? Like I feel like
Mm.
everyone
Yeah.
in this state is more prone to canceling each other. You know what I mean? Because like I don't know,
Mm.
it's just like because you're just bored and you have nothing to do at home, so you just want to like pick a fight or like start some shit. You know?
Mm.
I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah,
But
yeah. Adrian, go ahead.
canceling, I think there's definitely a difference
Mm.
lah. Canceling someone and you call someone out, cause calling someone out can just be like, yeah lor, like what you said
Mm.
lah, text, call, or like let's say if you want to do it publicly, up to you lah,
Yeah.
right?
Not. I mean, not
Um.
in this. Like not in these times,
Yeah.
but
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. But like canceling someone is more of like you. It's like someone a cult. You everyone in that quote unquote cult has the same mindset of that person. Therefore, they cancel that person, lah,
That's
right?
where the word
Mm.
culture
And
came from. English
yeah, yeah,
lesson.
yeah. and 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 there is, I would say there's a big difference between calling someone out and cancel culture.
Mm.
Right.
Um,
Yeah.
cause calling someone out can just be a casual one-on-one
Yeah.
talk. You just sit down and explain lah, explain yourself, and you want them to explain themselves,
Yeah.
right?
Mm.
But cancel culture is more of like, um, sometimes you don't know what the context is, so you
Mm.
assume things, you assume scenarios. But there are definitely some scenarios where you know the truth, and then it just doesn't make sense ethically lah.
Mm.
Cause yeah, it's just that bad, and that's why you cancel lah,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
You sort of cancel
Yeah.
that person or
Mm.
Yeah.
something.
But I think okay, now that we're on this note, right, of how it's
Yeah.
bad and all, I feel like we
Mm.
have to let's go back to where it first started, you know? Like
Okay.
how cancel culture came about, you know? I
Mm.
mean obviously it started as a means of social change, right? Because
Mm.
like how are you gonna like okay, now that the internet is a big thing and it like everyone's on the internet, like the only way you can bring light to certain situations and to certain personalities is through this medium lah, right? So it started as social change, right? So
Mm.
like
Yeah.
let's take a look at, I mean like let's think about how it deviated, you know? What started as something good turned into like, you know, this kind of just bullying to a certain extent. What do y'all think? What do y'all
Yeah.
think?
Mm. Bullying. That's a very, very
Right.
interesting way to put it. Because I feel like in a lot of cases, it's pretty accurate
Mm.
that it has.
Mm.
I feel like a lot of people are, because like I said, there are a lot of people on edge, right? So I feel like they use this sort of, they use like online platforms as their own platform to like sort of vent out their frustration,
Yeah,
and they
yeah.
direct it to
Mm.
that particular one person or that particular one case lah, which sort of like triggers them, and then they just start bashing the other person and stuff like that. But I feel like, yeah, I just think that it is a form of bullying in some cases. Then again, there are exceptions which, I think we'll talk about more later lah or something.
Yeah, yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
I think something Adrian said really stuck with me. I think you said like Adrian, you said something about how the people don't really know the situation, right? And then they just
Mm.
follow
Yeah.
on. Yeah, I feel like
Mm.
Mm.
like it also like cancel culture it promotes ostracization over education. Because like a lot of
Yeah.
times when you stand with a movement, like people who just bandwagon off of it, you don't really know what you're supporting here. You know, it's
Mm.
like
Mm.
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
like I'm just here because it's a cool hashtag, you know, or you know, it's a cool thing to post, you know. Oh, I'm with the times, you know, I'm the bro and all that
Yeah.
shit. But then I
Yeah.
feel
Yeah.
like a lot of times that kind of translates into ostracization because
Mm.
you are like boycotting to a certain extent like a group of people or like a person, you know, the subject that you're boycotting lah, or like you're against.
Mm-mm.
Like, but the thing is you don't really know what happened, you know, between
Yeah.
the two, like
Yeah.
the two individuals or the two parties that started that this thing started over. So I feel like it really promotes more ostracization than education to a certain extent because you don't really know like what started it,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know, what's the cause, you know.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I feel like there definitely are some exceptions, but the vast majority of people are just like there's it like you said, like, they don't really know the facts and they're just jumping onto it because of peer pressure or for the sake of being woke lah, like you said, keeping
Yeah.
up with the times and
Mm.
whatnot, and I think there is where the problem lies lor. Like
Yeah.
I feel like
Yeah.
um I feel like there's a difference between calling someone out and cancel culture in the sense. I feel like calling someone out is more constructive and should be more constructive. That's the
Yeah.
way to do it lah, right? You don't just simply
So
bash someone
so
a
how do you
person, you know.
think how do you
Mm.
think as responsible individuals we should go about like, you know, being more responsible with it? Like what do you say, what was the word you said earlier?
More constructive.
Hmm?
More constructive.
Yeah, constructive. How should we go about being constructive about it? What do you think, Adrian?
Mm.
Being like constructive, as in like what you say to someone lah,
Like
is it, or like
the how should we
React.
reconstruct cancel culture in a way? I mean, like to soften the blow of the zeitgeist of cancel culture, you know. What do you think?
uh, I think it, to be very honest, I think it comes down to yourself.
Okay.
Cause you can't really reconstruct cancel culture, but there is something called reconstruct criticism lah.
Constructive,
Constructive
yeah, yeah.
criticism,
Constructive
sorry.
criticism. Correct.
Um, but let's say, okay, let's say if I don't like someone and then I tell both of you, right?
Mm.
I'm now putting my trust into both of you that you won't tell anyone else,
Mm.
because both of you are like my venting,
Venting
um
buddies.
or
Venting
yeah,
vents.
or punching bag lah, right?
Punching
Oh,
back.
okay.
Okay. I felt
Okay,
that.
Adrian.
so 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 this is where things gets out of hand, is where like if you all of out of a sudden like suddenly find out like, oh, actually yeah, like what agency is true, like, oh, actually, yeah, this that, and then you ask someone
Yeah.
else, and then someone else will ask someone else, then that's how the
Mm.
whole cancel culture
I feel
starts
like
lah,
that's
right?
just
And
gossip
then
in general, right?
Yeah, that's just gossip in general. Yeah.
but then at the end of the day, you all um don't like
True,
the
true,
same
true,
thing
true,
ma, right? You don't like the
true.
same thing,
Yeah.
and then you sooner or later you all will like just get together and
Cancel.
Mm.
agree on
Cancel.
canceling that someone. But if you say reconstruct cancel culture, I think it's either you cancel culture or you don't. Is as simple as that.
Yeah.
There's like there's no uh there's no sugarcoating cancel culture.
Would you
That's
think
how.
there's a gray area? Like, where is the line between canceling and like going back to the question earlier? When is it
Yeah, yeah.
canceling and calling out? You know? Yeah.
Mm.
Okay, if I may add, right,
Um.
I feel like
Yeah, yeah.
the line is, for cancel culture, it gets too personal, as in you're targeting the person and um
Mm.
his human nature lah, to certain extent lah. But I feel like
Yeah.
where the focus should be placed is more on the whole area, like what issue is it? Like, are we talking about racism or like other like human rights issue? You don't just target
Okay.
a particular person and say like, oh, he's shit because like he's
He shit
racist
because he
and
shit.
he shit,
He
yeah,
shit 'cause he
whatever, right?
shit.
Yeah, he shit because like he hates like okay, Asian people, right? Because we're all
Yeah.
Asian, and yeah, okay, he hates Asian people, so that's why he shit. But I feel like the whole issue is more of what does that like, what does his actions stem from, you
Mm.
know, that kind of thing. And I feel
Okay.
like 对事不对人, you know, you don't target the person for who he is or his nature as a person, but more so you target the whole area of racism in general. I don't know
Mm.
if what I'm saying makes sense,
Yeah,
but
yeah, yeah.
yeah,
It
I feel like
does.
that's the line for me, you
It
know,
does.
because
It does.
oftentimes it gets
Mm.
to like the people start bashing the person and saying that they're a bad person in general, and I feel like there's a huge magnifying glass placed on that particular person's flaws,
Mm.
you know,
Mm.
Yeah.
Mm.
and whereas I don't know. I feel like it's very subjective to like in some cases lah. You know,
Yeah. Yeah.
people can just watch our video and just say like,
Mm.
oh no, but you don't know what this guy did or what that girl did. Or, but it's
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm,
Yeah. This is why, so I said it is like bad and good,
mm,
because the victim is getting like that much of attention towards him or her,
Yeah.
right?
mm,
And if you were to get that much attention, I don't think you will be comfortable as you are now, lah, right? So that's why I say it's like bad, because you can cancel someone. I mean, yes, you can do it, but you don't do it in a way where you get like, I don't know, the whole of Malaysia to do it with you,
Yeah. I
lah.
think. Yeah. I
right,
think
right.
if I could just say something.
Yeah.
I
Mm.
think it starts from. It starts from. It starts from the home lah. Actually, because I feel like
Mm,
when like I feel like it's something that you have to ingrain into, like, let's say if I were a dad, I would teach
mm,
my kids to that it's not okay to attack people that you disagree with. You know, it's not
right.
Mm.
okay to fight just because you don't agree with something. I feel like that's where
Mm,
it starts. Like, because you, like, maybe you're used to it, like, as a person,
mm,
to start fights because you don't agree, and that's how it snowballs lah. So
Mm.
like, going back to the question before, like, where do you draw the line, right? I think
mm,
a simple calling a person out, like just a simple call or a simple text, would solve a lot of problems. Like, if the situation is like friend based, yeah. But I
mm,
feel like it often
Mm.
starts from there, then it spreads out into a big
mm,
problem. Yeah.
Yeah. Coming to think about it, right? It's I think like how cancel culture starts is because two friends don't dare to confront each other, so they get a middle person, and then this is where things
it's the
get like,
mediator.
But I feel like
yeah,
that's quite reductionist also, because you can't just talk about cancel culture as being between two friends lah. It can be between a lot
oh
of
yeah,
things
yeah,
lah.
yeah.
Yeah.
Mm,
Mm,
So
mm,
yeah, I feel like, just to wrap it up, I guess,
mm, mm.
mm.
what would be one thing that you you wish were different? Yeah. Or one thing you would
Uh,
wanna say. I don't know.
Closing
Closing
thoughts. Closing
thoughts.
Mm.
thoughts. Um, I think for me, cancel culture won't be such a big thing. If everyone is not is not a bandwagon
Mm.
lah.
Mm,
It's not hopping on the
Yep.
bandwagon.
mm.
Um, because a lot of people, like, like what Eddie says, gotta stay woke, man.
Yeah. Because
Gotta keep up with the
it has
trend.
become like a
Gotta keep
culture,
up
right?
with,
It's become a culture. Like this is the
yeah.
yeah.
Gotta keep up with like
It's
what's new
become
lah, right?
mainstream lah, in that sense. Yeah.
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 And yeah, so if I don't know, they FOMO lah,
Mm.
maybe. It's like sometimes it's not really necessary to know everything,
Yeah.
right? But some people just FOMO and they can't do that. I think,
So this one is
yeah,
in the context of more like relationship based lah, friendships. Okay.
friendship, relationship,
Great.
yeah.
But
And I think like if people were to have more empathy
Yeah. Yeah.
towards certain towards someone,
Empathy, man.
um,
That's the
it will really change like your mindset lah.
that's a rare
Because
thing
Mm.
nowadays.
because it's like putting yourself in that
Yeah.
person's shoe. Like,
Yeah.
how would you feel, man?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
if I may add to what Adrian said, right? Like I feel like now, the more and more I'm more and more starting to notice, right, is that if we don't cancel the same person that everyone else be canceling, then we will get cancelled. Do you guys feel that? I feel like
we
it's
don't yeah.
if we
It's
don't
like if
cancel
you're not
this,
part of this, is the whole shtick
Is-
with if you're not part of the solution, you're part of the problem. You know?
yes, exactly. And I
okay,
feel like
what?
I feel like a lot of
dude,
people.
it's like the same.
Dude, I
Let's
feel
talk
like we
about that.
open
Let's
another.
talk about that.
I feel like we open another can of
It's-
worms
it's-
here. I know we were about to end, but I feel like I have to say about this because
It's like the sorry,
yeah,
Eddie.
go ahead.
It's like the one BLM. If you don't post a
Yeah,
black square on
Yes,
Instagram,
exactly
you are
about
not supporting. You are saying Black lives don't matter. Then you're like, what, bro?
that doesn't relate, man. But yeah, lah, but then again, I feel like that is the times we're living in, or sad to say, and that's just something that
Mm.
I don't think that's. I mean, I get where they're coming from, but I don't think that should be the posture. You know,
I
and
feel like
sort of
that's too much of an extreme. You know?
it is.
It's like what if people are just pacifists and we don't wanna start fights or be part of fights. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and like I feel like we talk about like free will and human rights and everything, right? And then it's sort of like everyone knows that we have the right to have our own opinion, right?
Mhm.
But sort of if our opinion doesn't match or tally with the vast majority,
Mm.
then we're wrong. You know, in certain
Mm.
cases, that kind of thing, right? Like what Isaac said, lah, like maybe some people are pacifists and everything, but they don't seem to care, correct?
Yeah.
To them, it's just like if you don't post a black square, or in other cases, like if you don't post or like call out this particular person for that one thing that they're doing, then you're wrong. And I feel like sometimes I really just couldn't care less because like maybe I'm busy with my own things and I'm just not on Instagram and stuff like that. Then like
Yeah.
someone just texts me and that kind of thing. And I'm like, what? I don't even know
Has
what's
that
going on.
happened to you before?
It hasn't happened to me directly, but I've known it has happened to like my friends before lah.
Right.
And
right.
it's just like, but I feel like
Mm.
on this matter, right, like celebrities get the most stick for this law.
Oh,
like
yeah.
People with larger accounts especially,
Larger followings as well.
yeah, larger followings, and like because like I feel like people would think that they should use their what do you call this
Mm.
platform that they have to like promote goodness and
Yeah.
that kind of thing, which is good, like which is what they're supposed to do. But
Yeah.
like what Zach said, when you take that to an extreme level, it's not, it defeats the purpose, like I feel.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
You became the very thing you
Yeah.
swore to destroy. You know.
Yeah.
You know that quote.
Exactly.
But yeah.
Exactly.
Mm.
Yeah, I think if I could just close with one thing, it would be to do your own research and form your own opinions. Don't
right.
just bandwagon off a trend because it's popular
Yeah.
or because it's trending on Twitter.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think with that, that's it. Yeah, thanks for watching. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and share this with a friend if you enjoyed it, or if you enjoy talking about or listening about cancel culture. Hit that notification bell to stay updated on all our videos, and also follow us on Instagram at everythinunderthesun.pod because we changed it. It's not MP4 anymore. But yeah, all the links to the Apple podcast and Spotify will be in the description below. Where we have all our episodes there in audio form and not video. But yeah, that will be it for today's
This
episode.
week.
Yeah.
Thank you. Stay safe and see you all next week.
See you
Bye.
later.
Stay woke.
Stay woke.
Stay woke. Whoa.